Happy drinking, Hyman! Yes, why not? Hyman, I would love to see more Lumia device reviews from Pocketnow, and true, we would love to see more Lumia devices, period. Take the day off, congratulations, and yes, your wish is my command. That's right, it's that time of the week. I am Jaime Rivera, this is Pocketnow, and this is the Pocketnow Daily Recap for last week. So on Monday I asked you, which is your favorite smartphone brand? The news were that Samsung's market share was down, but not because the market was down, it was just Samsung. We have 2,077 comments, guys, thanks a lot, that's a crazy number. Out of which Carl Suarez says, I'll pick Samsung, one reason, their displays. Samsung's Super AMOLED display is by far the best display I have ever seen on any device, and you know, we argue with this constantly in Pocketnow, but I'm the type of guy that would actually agree with you. I love Super AMOLED displays. Others are like, oh, they're oversaturated or stuff. I don't care. I love for colors to pop, and Samsung does a good job at that. And Yusuf Munir says, HTC, build quality and smoother UI. Apple, simplified UI and great build quality and some useful features for those who prefer iOS. Motorola, for people who prefer faster updates and near-stock Android experience. Thank you for that summary. That pretty much sums up the way most of us at Pocketnow see the market right now. Then Flame says, to be honest, my favorite smartphone company right now is LG. They seem to know what the consumer wants, and they have the design and technological expertise to provide functional products to meet demand. That's all I need from a smartphone company right now, and you know, LG has done an amazing comeback. After years of making terrible phones, I feel that they still have a little more to go, probably in software, but this LG G3 is great so far, and I love the fact that the company doesn't worry about daring the market. They try new things like the G Flex and stuff like that, and that's the way it should be. Then on Tuesday I asked you, how is the Pebble smartwatch in your top of mind right now? As yes, the smartwatch has been in the market for 2 years and it's original, a year in the Pebble steel, and at the moment they've been trying new things, like for example adopting Android Wear notifications for the future. We have 551 comments, out of which Dennis says, even if Pebble supports Android Wear notifications, how will they solve, number one, being black and white, some graphics might be hard to distinguish, and number two, limited interactions, only previous and next notifications and dismiss it. Yes, they do have some challenges when it comes to supporting Android Wear, but that doesn't mean that Pebble does a worse job when it comes to notifications, period. I feel that Pebble actually does it better than Android Wear in the fact that these notifications are persistent, but then again, you have your opinion. And Hunter says, the Pebble smartwatch would be more valuable to me if it had e-ink display or improved the design to have a circular face like the 360. A Pebble Circle smartwatch, I'd buy that, and they do have an e-ink display, but you know, honestly, a circular Pebble with that UI, I would love it too. That's a great idea. And Randy says, I think the Pebble is the only real smartwatch. Everyone else rushed a product that wasn't ready and therefore was mediocre. Pebble is less fancy, but it's better where it really matters. You can make a Pebble look really fancy. There are some really good watch bands in the market that you can use, and I like mine on my original Pebble up to the point that I never really bought the Pebble Steel. But I do understand your point, and I do feel that the Pebble is the best smartwatch right now. Forget about the e-ink display. Color doesn't really matter if your battery life sucks, and color doesn't really matter if the user interface doesn't really allow you to go back to the notifications that you had. I feel that there is more to do with Android Wear in my opinion. And then Wednesday I was off, it was my birthday, so let's skip to Thursday. I asked you if you feel that buying a Galaxy S6 Edge would be worth it, assuming that there was only a Galaxy S6 Edge, as the rumors are that these are the stronger rumors right now. I know, that sounded weird, but anyways, we have 582 comments, out of which one of them says, I would rather buy a G Flex 2nd generation than the 6 Edge. Interesting point. The self-healing technology on the LG G Flex and the fact that you could sit on it and not break it makes that actually useful. Whereas on the Galaxy Note Edge, these features are cool. Some people like them, like Michael Fisher. Some people find them gimmicky, like me. But again, your mileage may vary. And Roshan says, I don't think it's a gimmick at all. And lots of other reviewers share the same view, including your own Fisher. You're just a Samsung hater. Why do we all have to be either Apple fanboys or Samsung haters or whatever because we have an opinion? You have your opinion, that doesn't make you a Samsung lover. And in that same vein, yeah, everybody has a right to an opinion. And then Shane says, I like to be able to hold my devices comfortably, so naturally I find the Edge design laughable and would never buy it even if it were the last smartphone on Earth. I'm sure you'd buy it if it were the last smartphone on Earth, dude. But you have a good point. The Edge does make your use uncomfortable, especially if you're either left-handed or right-handed. It depends on your usage. You can't really pick which side of the edge is slanted, and that really makes it difficult. Then finally on Friday, I asked you what would be the no-brainer price tag that you want for a smartphone, as the news were that Samsung was already shipping some review units of the Galaxy S6, and they were declaring $300 as a price tag, but obviously we know that's for shipping purposes. We have 414 comments, out of which Shadman says, "I don't care what the price tag Samsung is going to sell the Galaxy S6. You could give me a Galaxy device for free and I still wouldn't take it. Yes, they are that bad, except perhaps the Note lineup. They're not that bad. It depends on taste. Again, your point is what you feel. Other people like Galaxy phones. I actually do like the Galaxy Note lineup. But again, it depends on what people feel, and that's your opinion." And Vedant says, "Maybe $300 for a flagship makes me want to deal with TouchWiz." Oh, good point right there. If a smartphone is so affordable, people won't really care what user interface is there because they feel they won't have to argue with the company. I mean, hey, for that price tag, they're not really going to care, and that's really a good point. And the biggest problem with TouchWiz, they charge you so much money, probably for R&D or whatever they want, and the problem is that people feel ripped off in some cases because the user experience is not better compared to anything that other people use and things that matter. And finally, John May says $350 for the Galaxy S6. I don't really understand what's next, but you also say that it truly sounds desperate to me. You have a very interesting point. User perception is so odd in the market. Some people find that, for example, some Nexus products in the past were so affordable that they thought the products were cheap. And as Joe Levi would tell us, there's a very big difference between cheap and affordable. In this case, yes, whenever a smartphone is priced so aggressively, people doubt and people aspire more expensive products because they think they're better. So yeah, playing with the price tag is a difficult thing, and hence the reason why some flagship smartphones are priced as well or the same as other flagships, even if the company has more margin to give you a better price tag, again, just to avoid the perception issues. But great comment. That's it for our Pocketnow Daily Recap. Thank you very much for watching. A couple of tips if you want your comments to be featured. Number 1, keep them short. Number 2, stick to the point. Number 3, try to get some thumbs up. It helps us spot them a lot easier. You can also follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week.